This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Rewritten. This is a podcast that was on my heart for a while, and then I finally just did it. And isn't that just the theme of so many success stories, that someone just decided to take action? And it's the journey, and it's trusting the process, and it's doing before learning. Just do it and you'll learn along the way. And that is what Rewritten has become and what this journey has been about. And what I want to do with this podcast is speak to the go-getters, speak to the ones who see more for their life. I want to have this podcast a space for people in entrepreneurial mindsets, people who are working moms, those who have dreams beyond now. They see a future with more choices and freedom. I just want you to live healthier and happier, and I want you to continue to grow and evolve. And that is what Rewritten is. And no matter your circumstances, no matter your past, I swear to you, you can become anyone you want to become. And I hope it's the better version of you. If you are in debt, if you are lonely, if you are uncertain, I believe you can do it and figure it out and make it happen. And so each week of Rewritten, I'm sharing my own stories or things that have inspired me, people who've inspired me, what I've learned along this way of these last 6 years of becoming an entrepreneur. And I just want to share my best practices. I want to breathe belief into you. And I just want you to know that you can do it. So recently I was asked to guest speak on a call, which I love doing because I just want people to win. And that's how I feel. When people are pursuing something that's healthy and happy and better for their family, I'm all about it. When people I get to link arms with in life, or I am watching from a distance that they decided they're made for more, I get so pumped up. So as I was on this call, I did a Q&A as well as some lessons, and a couple of things really spoke to me, and I just feel like I want to make podcast episodes about them. So why not? So this one is all about, how do you handle doubters, not haters? These are people in your life that are probably family and that they love you, but yet they're doubting your big dream. They're doubting what you're doing. They're doubting the business you're a part of. And that can be challenging and that can be hard. And so this person said, my sister is bashing me about sharing my journey on social media. Did you go through that, and what's your advice? So number one tip in life, if someone's not asking for your advice, don't share your opinion, right? This person asked for my advice, so that was a cue to me saying it's free reign. I can share, right, my advice because she asked. So this is a question I was asked, and I just really think that this question is for everybody, because if you are doing something worthwhile, it's going to ruffle some feathers. People get uncomfortable when you start to grow away from them, grow fast, outgrow them, all the things. There can be insecurities in that, or there can just be self-reflection in that. So yes, I've been through that, and I just used it as motivation to keep going. Why? Let me share my 4 tips. I actually made a post in this, but I just think it's super important to make an episode of this. So my first thing to her was, oh, so your sister had a ton of success, with what you're doing on social media. And that's why she knows what's better for you than you know what's better for you. And I was being sarcastic. It's crazy to me that people who have opinions, they're in the cheap seats. Like Brene Brown would say, this person isn't in the arena. This person hasn't done what you're doing. So their voice is just an echo in the distance. They have no say because that's not who you're following. That's not your trailblazer. That's not the person who's going to help you become more successful. Successful people and confident people, and successful to me is not money, rank, or title. It's not really that. Success to me is people who are genuinely happy pursuing what sets their soul on fire. And they're confident and they still root for you when they aren't choosing the same path. I have people in my life that are so behind what I'm doing, but would never do what I'm doing. But yet they rally behind me and they support me and they cheer for me and they ask questions about what I'm doing and they never put me down. They're always positive, and those are people who I want in my life. It's important to lean into those living the life you are inspired by. This has been the case for me with motherhood. I seek counsel and advice from people who I think are what I would say crushing motherhood. And that doesn't mean that motherhood is easy for them, but they're parenting the way that inspires me to be a better parent. I don't know about you, but I'm not inspired by complaining, bashing, and trash talking. So people who do that are massively insecure and threatened by healthy actions of others. There's a difference. Someone actually wrote under my comments, and I'm glad that they did this. They didn't think that that meant that they were insecure if they were asking questions. Totally. But if someone is complaining and bashing and trash talking and putting you down, they are. That is someone who's insecure. But if it's someone who's just curious and just asking questions, yeah, they're just curious and asking questions, and there's a big difference. My other tip for her was no one can take away the results you've gotten from your journey. Take action to create more belief in what you're doing. Belief carries you through the obstacles. Results are proof that what you're doing is worthwhile. Keep trusting the process because it takes so much time. No one can take away your results. If this is changing you for the better, no one can take that away from you. If you feel like your financial situation is finally taking a turn because you're deciding to go debt-free and you've had to become very frugal and say no to other people, and yet they're questioning you and putting you down and making fun of you, right? They can't take away the fact that you're starting to go debt-free. I think about this. I have not drank alcohol. I'm coming up on my 2 years of not having a sip of alcohol. And I've had so much support around that. But imagine if someone was like, just do it, and peer pressuring me because they didn't like it. They can't take away my 2 years of what it has felt like to not drink alcohol, right? Another tip that I have is that no one has the right to tell you how ridiculous or big your dreams are. I think you should just go for it. I think that your dreams should be even bigger. Do you want to trade lives with the person putting you down and always questioning and doubting you? Are they dreaming big and living happy? Do you want to trade lives with them? If the answer is no, then they don't have a vote. Lastly, if someone can be happy that you're healthy and happy, that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. If they cannot be happy that you are healthy and happy, that has nothing to do with you. If you're excited, passionate, energetic, and they can't be happy about that, that has nothing to do with you. It's just a reflection of where they aren't and what they're not choosing to do and the action they're not taking. And it just creates more insecurity in them. Seek advice and mentorship from people who have what you want. And I'm talking have the happiness you want, the health that you want, right? The finances that you want, the freedom that you want, the choices that you want, because they will tell you to go for it, and they will be happy for you for going for it. Friend, this journey, whatever journey you're on, whether it's giving up alcohol, if it's choosing to move across the country, if it's deciding to go debt-free, if it's removing yourself from social situations that aren't bettering you, and you're going for this dream, you're building a business, you're quitting your job, whatever it is, and other people are going to doubt that and put you down for that, you've got to trust yourself and have the belief bigger than their doubts. I tell you what, if you keep on going, they will become more and more quiet about putting you down and doubting you. I think that the best revenge is massive success. Friend, you can do anything, and I'm rooting for you. Thank you for tuning in. If you could screenshot this and upload it to Instagram, tag me at Julianne Condia at The Rewritten Society. If you could actually go follow at The Rewritten Society, that would be so awesome on Instagram, and even leave this podcast a rate and review. I would just be so grateful. Remember, I mentor women in business, fitness, and nutrition and self-care. I want women to go for it. I want them to have more choices in life, more freedom in life. I want them to have a plan A for their health and plan B for their finances. I want them to be surrounded by and wrapped around an incredible community that will breathe so much belief into them. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.